Good morning, Michael here, and with the new film coming out, I just thought today I'd have a little quick look at my 1984 Dune figures. So it's a bit dark up here and I can't see them too good, so I'm going to take them downstairs and do it on the table. So unlike everybody else, I actually really like the 84 film. I think it's because I have like fond memories of watching it with my dad as a kid, and I've always watched it, and I didn't really have much comparison. My dad, I remember he always fast forward the more horrible bit, so pretty much anything with this guy, my dad was kind of skipping through. But actually the rest of it I always quite liked. So this is the first one. This is the big villain of the piece. This is Baron Harkonnen, and he has a kind of, I don't know whether I think the actions are too old now, but his arms go up when you pull the little lever in the back. So very similar, these guys, to both Thundercats and Dungeons and Dragons, also by LJN, with their little levers on the back. In fact, let's turn the Baron around. But like a lot of 80s toys, the mechanisms are now old and I just don't want to risk it. So from a size point of view, Dungeons and Dragons came before them and they're actually a lot smaller. And then Thundercats came afterwards and they're a lot bigger. So not quite sure what scale LJN had in mind, but let's take them away. Here he is, he's the leader of the baddies. Didn't come with any accessories, just came as he was. Should have had a belt. Lost the belt over the years. I think it's actually in a bits box somewhere. I think I have actually seen it. But then this is the Emperor's Guard. I always thought these were visually quite cool and menacing with their like green masks, or shall I say their green kind of perspex faces in the film as they're throwing people around. Comes with a rifle and comes with this cool little pistol here. And then here's the hero of the piece, one of the only two good guy figures they did. This is Paul Atreides, and he has a different mechanism. He has a little button that you push in and out here, and his whole body spins. And the idea is it's so he can enter a knife fight like he does at the end of the film, though he's wearing a different costume at the end of the film, with Fade, who is actually played by British musician Sting in the film. So I think if it had gone on longer and if the film had been successful, maybe we would have got him in a stilt suit, like he does when he fights him at the end. But here he has his kind of weirding gun, which they invented for the films, and has a little knife, a little bit of paint wear here. And then here is Fade, who comes with a cat suitable for milking, which was actually relevant in the film. So we'll put them to one side. I have one of the original backings here. When I bought these many years ago as a child, I always used to try to keep the backings. So I don't have the Beast, Raban, and I don't have Stilgar, leader of the Fremen. And this would be like a Grail piece to me. I would absolutely love to have the Spice Scout. Not that it looked anything really like that for scale wise in the film, but very cool. So this they tried to keep top secret for as much as possible. I'm not sure why, but I do have it here. And I remember very happily having this as a kid. It is a worm with 2 points of articulation, and I can tell you now it is an absolute pain to stand up on the shelf. Inevitably, the smallest of vibrations and it goes tumbling down, and I have to be really careful how I display it, because at some point it's going to fall down and it's going to take some other action figures out with it. But I must say, I've always thought it's incredibly cool. It's not going to stand up. In fact, I think I end up always pretty much just laying it down. But obviously not for scale, because these things are absolutely humongous. I have one of the sand rollers as well. So these were little battery operated vehicles that you could just like turn on and they'd roll around the floor. But like everything, none of it's in scale with each other. but there we go. Guess they were just trying to get as many different things out for the film license as possible. And then finally, I have a very incomplete Panini sticker book. So I feel like every week I was collecting different sticker books as a kid and never finishing any of them until it's the sandworm, until I got a little bit older. There you go, you can see I had a few of them, but I must say, oh God, look at that. That is some awful child stickering in. Look at that gap. I can't believe how bad I probably was at stickering. Dune. Thank you very much for looking. Take care.